For 25 years of his life, he was formerly known as Haiti. Now, with 31 years old, everybody calls him Liam. Liam Duran is a transgender member of the Cuban LGBTIQ community. With a degree on Japanese language and effervescent labor as an activist for the community rights, he is an example for those who want to be happy despite the social conventions. With Liam Duran, we have the pleasure to talk today in From Havana. Well, Liang, thank you so much to agree to do this interview. It's really clarifying for us to talk about some things that we like to talk now. Thanks a lot for this opportunity. Tell me, you are transgender.
Yeah, I'm trans, male trans.
Can you explain exactly what that means? Because people like me that doesn't know very well about this term and what implies on the term.
Oh, okay. First of all, I have a problem with this kind of term about be trans or transgender or lesbian or gay. That for me is complicated to explain because I've passed almost 6 years working with gender identity, and some people can identify themselves like women or men or no binary gender or whatever they want to feel themselves but I don't feel like a woman and I don't feel like a man, and some specification for be a male trans is that you was born like with vagina, and after you change your look, like you are more masculine. So that is the term for be male trans. In my case, I feel like I'm male trans because I'm not that kind of woman like the people think that I am.
I saw some pictures of yourself more than 6 years ago. You were a woman at that time, look like. How was your life in those days? How did you used to deal with the social way that people look at you?
Well, the people look at me like a lesbian because I look like a woman, and when I say a woman, I want the people to understand when I say women is like people see us like femininity, like your hair. You use women dress and all that, and I didn't use some masculine clothes or my hair was long and now it's short and now and the people didn't look at me like a man or like a trans or nothing. They look at me just like a woman, and when the people understand I like women, they said I'm a lesbian.
So what do you think is what is gender equality as a general concept? Do we have gender equality here in our country?
Well, in Cuba,
I want your answer as activist,
yes,
as a person who's inside this whole thing.
Well, we have to understand we live in a very patriarchal and very machista country. Like I said, maybe it's not like other country of America, Central America, or Latin America. Cuba is in a level of 1 and 10. I consider Cuba is maybe in 1. The level of gender violence is just 1. But we have to we have to understand that in Cuba the patriarchal is real. So people look women like is not the same like men. So in Havana is much better than outside of Havana. Havana is the center of, if the capital is, but outside of Havana is more complicated. In Havana is easier that Cuban society understand what is to be gay or lesbian or trans. But outside of Havana is more complicated because women discrimination is awful.
We have Portrait of Teresa. It's a film that looks shows that discrimination in the countryside, for example. What we were talking about behind cameras about the way that the grown-ups tells the child, "Hey, look at that boy. That's handsome. Look at that girl. It's pretty." What do you think we should do at school? How would be the approach of gender equality that it should be shown in schools?
Well, make me feel. I start talking about my experience, like make me feel like I was obligated to love boys because I was a girl, and my family and my friends and everybody, my neighbors, look at that boy is so handsome, and I didn't see boys handsome. I just want to be like them. So I like girls all the time, and I understood since I had 5 years old. I understood that I will love women all my life, but society makes me feel like I was wrong, and that is a bad thing. And if I do that, everybody's going to hate me, and and I didn't want to be like that. Everybody's going to hate in the future. So I grow up and I decide to have some lover relation with boys or men, but I did understand that it wasn't for me. So if someone in my family or in the society gave me the chance to decide what I want, not like, look at that boy, or you have to love a boy and you're a girl and you have to be straight and all that. If nobody told me that, maybe I didn't. A lot of bad thing happens to me because I have to have relations, sexual, for example, with men, and I feel bad. I feel I didn't like it. Maybe I didn't have to do nothing that. Just in the beginning, my first experience was being like with a woman, right?
So you're telling me that since you were 5 years old, you knew that you like girls.
Yes, I knew.
So kids know themselves that they like girls or boys since they're a kid, but they repress, sort of speaking, that feeling because of the social pressure.
Of course, if you said if I have if I say to my children something is good or something is bad, they will understand my reality, like what is good and what is bad. If you said your children you can't go outside alone because something bad can happen to you in the street, the children understand that's bad thing and you can't do that, okay? And they won't. And because like you are like you grow up and you understood since the beginning that danger exists and it's real. And you said a kid that if you fall in love, if you're a man or a girl or a woman and you fall in love with another man, with another woman, that's a bad thing. You start to feel guilty if you feel that you love someone like it's your same gender. So.
But do you think that the way that people, societies, see this movement, sort of speaking, I mean, the people that how the people see gay people now in the current days are different than 10, 15, 20 years?
Yeah, very different.
But in a good way or in a bad way?
Well, I think in a good way. It's much better. It's much better because when I start to I don't know, I decide I'm going to have relationships with women when I had 16 years old. And we are talking about maybe...
It's more than 10, it's 15 years old, 15 years ago. actually.
Yeah, maybe. And if I go to the beach or the street with someone like me, in that moment, a woman with another woman, you, I had problem with people, with men on the street and with the police coming with, with us, and I said, you can't do that, and right now you can go outside, you know, you can be in the street with your, it doesn't matter if you are a woman or you are a man and you have this kind of relationship.
We can say there's more tolerance.
Yes.
That's the word thing we're looking
Of
for.
course, I'm talking all the time in Havana. Outside Havana, I can't say, I can't tell. I live very bad experience outside of Havana, like um, LGBT community.
Well, you are a photographer also, and you have this exposition,
This exhibit,
this
yes.
exhibit, yes, in where you show couples,
Yes.
trans couples, male trans couples.
Yes,
But there's a couple who has a kid.
yes.
How do you, I mean, how do you think people keep seeing the way the adoption or raising a kid between couples of the same sex?
Well, in Cuba, one of the most, well, when the Cuban government decide, think about the idea to approve equal marriage, like legal, everybody talking about adoption. It's the people were worried about what is going on and what is going to happen with kids. They're going to start to grow up with two women or two men, two moms and two dads, and because they just understand a family with a mother and a father, just like that.
The original design has some
The original
extremist
design.
wings.
And everybody knew that that is not a problem, because everybody in you know, we like human beings, we have the capacity to love, independent if you are gay or straight, and your child won't be gay if you are gay, because nobody's going to, you know, a lot of straight people in the world, and be gay is not be sick.
That's a question I want to ask you. Could you, I mean, could somebody become a gay person? Just transform because, you know, hanging out with gay people. Do you become gay?
I think for be trans, nobody's trans in my family. You know, oh well, I work with a lot of people that are straight, a lot of people, hundreds. So, and my family, my mom, my grandmother, my aunt, my mother-in-law, they are straight. So nobody's trans. And that is a very stupid ideology that believe if you are gay or you are trans and other people that are straight. Because if that happened, why I'm not straight? If be straight is the only thing in the world, why I'm not, well, for example, it be like cis, like people have no problem with their identity. You are a woman, I'm cool with that, and you are a man, you are cool with that, that means cis. If you have some conflict, they say you are trans. If be cis is the normal thing, why I'm trans? So the people think, where Christian people believe that that is the evil, that is the demon, that is, so I view it's very stupid.
I want to ask you something. We were talking behind cameras, and you gave me some particular explanation about the way that you feel with your genitals, your lady parts, your boy parts. How do you deal with that? I mean, you feel like a man, but you don't have male genitals.
Well,
How do you deal with
When
the
I-
sexual part of the whole thing?
when I started my process 6 years ago, when I come to the National Center of Sexual Education, I said that I don't want to. I said I don't want to look like I look. I want to change my everything.
Yeah, your
I,
vessel.
yeah, I want to look like more masculine, but I don't feel like a man. And when I continue, some people make me feel like I'm a man, like I'm trans man, like a transsexual, like, and and make me feel like if I did have a penis, I won't be a man ever. And after I understood that a penis or a vagina is not something you have
Label.
to have. It's not a penis. Is not for be a man. You don't need a penis, and for be a woman, you don't need a vagina. You can be a man or a woman, whatever you want to have. Because if you don't want to have a penis, it's your decision. You can take it off. And if you don't want to have a vagina, you can change your vagina and take it off and have genital reconstruction if you want to, if you think you need it. But don't do that for society. Don't do that because you feel if you don't have a vagina, in the case of the female trans people was born like men and they want to be a woman for you understand me, they feel like I'm not a woman because I have a penis. You can be a woman with a penis, and you can be a man with a vagina. And that's something that people don't understand because people think we are a genital and we are mind. And that I understood that because when I, in the past, I feel like I said I'm going to die because I don't have a space in this world. Cuba society is not prepared for me, what is going to happen in my life. And I start to practice Buddhism, and the Buddhism showed me you have to accept like you are. If you want to change something in your life, you can do that. But don't do nothing for the society.
You have to be cool with yourself.
Exactly, and that changed me, so I'm a human being. For that I told you, for society, maybe I'm a male trans or I'm a lesbian, masculine lesbian, or like my way to express is not like the typical macho Cubano man, and they say I'm gay, but I really don't care. I don't care what the people think I am. I am a human being, and I use the clothes I want to use, and I'm very happy with my genitals. I don't have no problem. And the women, the couple, or if I decide to have a man in the future, the people, my partner, sexual partner, have to understand me, accept me like I am. So I'm cool with me.
Talking of that acceptance of your partners,
Yeah.
you were talking to me that you told me that most of your partners are heterosexual girls. How do you deal with that, and how do they deal with the fact that your past, your present, and yourself?
The thing is, the women, I like women. And when I say women, I'm not talking about penis or vagina. I'm talking about femininity, maybe what I consider is a woman. In my point of view, what is a woman? So I like women, and for example, if she decides to be to to have in a relationship with me, the first thing that she's going to see is a man. Like, well, they say that I'm looking at men. I'm not looking at a woman. And after I say, okay, but I'm a trans man. I'm not like the men that I'm not cis. And say, what you're talking about? I have no penis, so I can have a penis, but not that kind of penis that you think I'm going to have. So it's and after, where it's not a problem for me because I like you, and I can be with you without a penis because I think it's not necessary for me, and just happen.
What do you think is the importance of a center like this in Cuba?
It's very important because this center is the place that people like me can be safe. People like me, they don't feel like they fix in this society, someone can support us, like psychologists, like psychiatrists, like other people, like is going to tell you everything is okay, you are not a monster, you are not wrong, you just don't feel like other people feel. And we're going to help you to understand who you are, and we're going to help you if you decide you need surgery, resignation of your genital, or take it off something you don't want to. But it's something if you don't want, you think you need it. So we are going to support you and we are going to help you. And we need more spaces like this, like in every place. Don't have to be a center of sexual education. I think everybody in school, in hospital, in all Cuban programs or social education need to insert sexual education program for support people that don't feel bad.
I have two last questions for you. Where is Haiti now? And how do you feel about Haiti? And
My girlfriend, she's a psychologist, so sometimes she look at me and said to me, I think I'm looking at Heidi and it's no Liam. And I say, why do you think that? And I say, I don't know, because sometimes you're different. It's like an alter ego, like Liam and Heidi, and they live together. I remember in the beginning I have some nightmare in the dream. I say nightmare because it was, so when I look in the mirror in the nightmare is looking like Heidi, like the hair and all that. And after that I said, she's inside of me and maybe she's trying to tell me, I'm with you, you don't have to hate me because Liam is Liam because Heidi experienced. So now I live with both. Liam is just a name, like Heidi is just a name. I'm the same person. So I think if in 6 years ago, like I think right now, I didn't change my name. I still calling me Heidi. And not because I don't like Liam, I like Liam. But it's just for, I changed my name for society because I don't want to go to a place and people call me Heidi and I look like a man and say, oh, you have a woman name, because I suffer a lot of bullying. I suffered and I'm scared of, but right now I'm stronger. I am stronger and I don't care how the people call me. But well, it's just Liam.
You're a happy man?
I'm happy. I think I'm happy, and I want the people to understand they have to be happy too. And happiness is something you live inside and you express outside, and nobody can tell you who you are or what you can do, because the human being is broken all the time. When you look society, everybody is suffering something, animals, earth, everything is wrong. Right now in the world is wrong, but it's not because gender identity or sexual orientation. The world is wrong because people lost capacity to be sensible. And if you rescue that and you can be sensible with whatever you want to be sensible, with a person, with an animal, with no discrimination, it's going to happen. We're going to be much better.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. It was really clarifying.
Thank you.